All right, your negative reactions to your specific person are what are keeping you from manifesting them. But it's more than that. It's that your negative reactions to the reality of your person that you perceive through your eyes is what's telling you what you actually believe is true. If you believe that something worth being upset about in your situation with your specific person is the true reality, then that's what you're going to keep manifesting. And that's what your negative response and reaction is telling you. So everybody knows that if you want to manifest your specific person, you have to learn to live in your end and know that it's done no matter what. Your emotional state, your thoughts and your feelings, your reactions and responses to the situation tell you if you are successfully in your end or not. So in this video, I'm going to talk about your reactions and responses and how to change them. We're going to talk about trauma because that is part of the response that you're having. I have been really, really successful in my own life, in my own specific person situations, learning how to eliminate trauma responses so that I can quantum leap into the end that I desire. Okay, so this is something that is extremely important if you want to be able to transcend circumstances altogether and manifest a version of your person where you can live happily ever after in your end. But first, let me tell you a little story. Okay, so this morning I was chatting in my Mastermind chat that I have in my University of Magnetism, and one of the people in there was talking about the fact that she had spoken to a monk and asked this person about her third party situation with her specific person, which I told her, go ahead and ask him. And I was super excited about that because I knew that he was going to have a really good answer for her. Same shit I say all day, every day, but sometimes hearing it from someone else might help, right? So he basically said, well, get happy and behave as if, or think and feel, look at the situation as if it's a new relationship. And what he was saying was live in your end and feel good about it. And I'm like, yes, but she said this made her very angry. She had a negative reaction to that. And this is a very good tell because when you are not believing in the reality of your choosing, and when you are not successfully on your way to the reality of your choosing, you are going to have negative reactions to everything. Even the most beautiful, perfect advice, opportunities, courses, lessons, books, videos, people, even if those are the perfect things that if you did it, you would get exactly what you wanted, you're going to hate hearing it if you are in a negative state. So let me help you with this a little bit so that you can learn how to learn from your reactions and change them instead of allowing your subconscious or lack of awareness to keep manifesting for you. So literally, here's the first step, okay? If you want to overcome these negative reactions, just be aware. Here's a rule that'll help you out every time. If it feels negative, if it is something that you don't like, it is not real. So if you're having a thought or a feeling or a story or an idea or a reaction come up within you that is negative, you have to know that this is the ego, this is fear talking, and this is a reality that isn't actually real. You don't have to choose it. Now, negative realities that you're having negative reactions to, they try to suck you in and keep you there to perpetuate themselves by convincing you that there's no other choice. This is the deal. This is a sucky circumstance. It's a bad idea and you're never going to get what you want, and this is the only option, that you're a failure and you're not going to get what you want, or whatever it is. Shame, blame, circumstances, whatever. That's your tell, because there's no such thing as limitation, period, anywhere in the universe. The universe is characterized by infinite existence, infinite opportunities, and infinite realities that you can manifest, and infinite versions of you and your person. All right. The other thing is, once you're aware when something comes up, when you're having a negative reaction, just be aware. This is telling me that whatever it is that I'm upset about, the story that I'm telling is showing me what's in the way between me and what I want. It's showing me the belief or the idea or the story that I'm telling that's actually keeping me from being in my end and receiving what I want. Just be aware of that. It doesn't matter how real that it feels. It doesn't matter how insurmountable that it feels. Know that it's not real. Know that it's just one choice out of infinity. And know that if you just be aware of that and don't believe it, you will get to the other side. Okay. So, trauma is something that I think that a lot of people think, oh, I don't have trauma. If you are having negative reactions with your specific person, you are experiencing trauma. So here's how I define trauma. Trauma is when you are having a reaction now based on something that you experienced in the past, which means you are not in the now and you are most certainly not creating from your now. You're actually in the past responding to that. This is very, very significant when it comes to manifesting your reality, your desired, preferred reality with your specific person in love. Because if you are having negative reactions to them now based on a person or an event that happened before, it means that you're creating this negative thing. You're not creating what you want. That is your indicator. And in order to create quantum leap into the reality that you actually want with your person, you have to stop having that reaction. Because when you stop having that reaction, that's going to tell you that you've detached from the old reality and you're not bringing it along with you anymore. This is extremely important. So, me in my reality and my journey of manifesting and quantum leaping, I am always looking at my automatic reactions and responses, whether they're just words or stories in my head or thoughts, or whether it's actually an action that I take. I'm always looking at that and I'm always looking to see, am I having any trauma? Here's another tell about trauma and reactions. They are automatic. So I'm used to being very aware. And the more aware that you are, the easier that it's in awareness is a practice. Okay. The more aware that you are, the easier that it's going to be for you to notice and catch when you're behaving automatically. And a trauma response or a negative reaction to circumstances is automatic. So you will watch yourself having this negative reaction. And then when it's all over, you get to go back and analyze it. You get to say, why did I do that? What was I thinking? What was I believing? What was I expecting? And that's the key. When you're having negative reactions or responses or ideas or stories about your person, if you feel bad in any way about the situation, it means that you're expecting the negative, undesired version of them. That is why you have to address these things as quickly as possible so that they don't gain momentum and completely resolve them and jump into your new preferred reality. When you succeed at doing this, you are no longer going to have those negative reactions. Instead, what's going to happen? You're going to replace it with positive expectation that comes when you are living from your end. And we all know that when you truly believe and live from your end, your thoughts line up with it, your emotions line up with it, and your actions line up with it. Whatever it is that you would do if it was already done, whatever it is that you would think if it was already done, whatever it is that you would feel when it's already done, if you're not in that state completely 100%, you are not in alignment with manifesting what you want. So what I notice in this reality is that changing expectations, changing your automatic responses to circumstantial reality, and changing your trauma responses or dissolving them completely. I notice that other people have a really, really hard time doing this in life. In fact, there are people who carry around their trauma like a badge that they've won, like a trophy. Like, oh, I've had this trauma for 27 years and let me tell you all about it. Again, it's completely automatic. You can't stop thinking about it. It's like the story is telling itself. Automatic is not deliberate creation. It is the opposite. And so if you want to be a deliberate creator, you have to stop doing this. And it's not that hard, and it doesn't have to take too long. And I don't care who, what, when you are. I don't care who you are. You can overcome and change your trauma completely, and you can quantum leap into reality where it's not there anymore, and it doesn't have to take long, because guess what? We're not humans walking around in human suits. We're actually living gods in form, and you can create your own reality if you choose to. You have infinite possibilities and no limitations. So what I do in my University of Magnetism, every single month in tier 2, I do a lesson on trauma, and I take you guys through removing the traumas and transcending them and quantum leaping, just leaving them completely, dissolving them. It is a really, really important part of manifesting your reality. In fact, like I said, you can't manifest the reality of your choosing if you cannot stop reacting to realities that you don't want to be there. So it's really imperative. And like I said, it doesn't have to take that long to do. I do this as a regular, normal practice in my everyday life because we always pick up trauma responses, and you can notice that and just choose to leave it at the door. And it can signify to you, hey, you're not completely in the new reality that you want to be in. So if you want to join me for that, actually that lesson on trauma is going to be this Sunday, and it's in tier 2. So actually I'm going to leave that link below in the comment below. If you would like to try a different tier of my university, like the entry level, that's tier 1, or advanced quantum leaping, that's tier 3. If you enjoyed the video, that means, if you're still watching, that means you enjoyed the video. So click the like button, subscribe, and check out my channel on the community posts and in the live videos for videos coming up, because I will continue to be here for you guys. Comment below, let me know what you think and what's your experience with trauma. See you later.